a family. Single person salary 1,700 euro. House rent 250, light bill 70 euro, dustbin bill 20 euro, water bill 40 euro, Wi-Fi or data 10 euro. Data most single people they use them no dey like Wi-Fi because Wi-Fi they chop money pass na 10 euro dem take dey subscribe. Gas 60 euro, food stuff 250 for the ones where they shop the ones where no dey gree dey shop 150. The remaining money for single person salary na 1,050 euro. I want to live short life.
Hello, my people. Today we're gonna talk about the three most things that worries single African men in diaspora living in abroad, whether you're living in the West or you live in any part of the world, so long as you're not living in your home country. And today I'm gonna focus on people living in the West. And number one that worries this our single African men abroad, number one is job. Your work, you know what I mean? Because in abroad, you know, you cannot live in abroad without working. And most of us doesn't have a permanent job, which means most of us works on a contract basis, like agency, you know. And you know that some of these works are not steady, so it's a big worry because you know the way the agency works here in the Western world, sometimes it might be brutal because your agency might send you to a place to work, and you know maybe someone there doesn't like you, which means you're not gonna last long there. They can dismiss you, you know. They tell you that you know today is your last day at work. And there's nothing you can do about it because you're not a permanent contractor or permanent worker. You're just an agency. They can dispose you anytime they want. You know what I mean? And this is a big worry for our young men from Africa in abroad. And the second worry is money. You know what I mean? You know, they say that money runs the world, you know. And you know, because it's very expensive to live in the West, even though some people in Africa doesn't know that, you know. If you live in, for instance, in London, you see how expensive the house rent is. And most of our young men, especially in London, African, you know, if they're single, it means that they're living in one room, you know. They can't afford a two-bed flat, you know. You must be highly paid and had a permanent job for you to have like a flat, you know. If not, if you had stay struggling, like you know, you are doing agency work, you know, you're gonna make mistake if you go and rent a two-bedroom flat or even one-bedroom flat. You know what I mean? Because you might not afford to continue paying for the house rent. You know what I mean? So that's why some of them we have one room, you know, managing with one room because they cannot afford to be, you know, paying for large accommodation. You know what I mean? And it takes money. You know what I mean? And you know, in the West, there's a lot of stuff that takes your money. You know, there's a lot of bills to pay. You pay your telephone bills, you pay your internet bills, you pay a lot of stuff people pay. You know what I mean? A lot of bills to pay. So money is a big worry for our young African men. Not only that they're gonna pay all these bills when they leave, some of them will still take care of people back home. You know what I mean? You have to take care of your people back home, you know, pay their bills as well, even as you're paying your own bills here. They expect you to do that. And this is a big worry, you know what I mean? And the last one of them is women, you know what I mean? Because you, as a single African man, you hoping that, you make money, you settle down, you get married, you know what I mean? And when you look around, in the West, there is a shortage of good women to settle down. There's shortage, for those that are traditional African men, there's shortage of women, and this can be a worry to some of our African young men, a single African young man in abroad, because except if you are ready to settle down with a single mother, which if you're traditional Africa, your father doesn't, he didn't marry your mom as a single mom. Why should you do that? You know what I mean? So it's a big worry, and it doesn't help even matter if you look back, you want to travel back to Africa and get married to our African women, even though, in Africa we have lots of good women there. I think now there might be like in 60% upward, to bad women. The good ones are 60%, but in the West, you might not get up to that 50. You know what I mean? So it's a big worry. Even as there's no way. Even if you go back to get married to sometimes strangers, or there's people, relatives connected to somebody, and it's sometimes you can be lucky and find and connect with a good person, and sometimes you might be lucky, because I've seen a lot of people that did the same thing. It don't work out, But this is the worries we're talking about. So this three stuff is major worries that some single African men abroad will have to worry about. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and like our video. Peace.